Hello and welcome to another AIC Productions video. Today I am going to be talking about 1911s. On my left here I have my Rock Island I've had for a little over a year now. I've really enjoyed this gun. It's in God's caliber, so 45 ACP, and I really enjoy shooting this gun. However, typically 45 is a more expensive load to shoot than some other calibers such as 9mm. Also, it has a lot more recoil than other calibers such as 9mm and the same size and weight of gun. And I've been wanting to do more competition shooting, and so I have been looking for a while for a 9mm. And a while back I did a video on a Canic, which I really did enjoy the gun. It shot accurately, but my hands, it really didn't fit my hands. Its grip was extra large for my hands, and I just never felt very comfortable shooting with it. I probably could have if I had shot a lot more with it, but I really decided that I wanted another 1911 in 9mm, and that's where the gun on the right comes from. It is a Citadel, and it is in 9mm. The finish on it is Cerakote, and we'll go over the finish to everything here in a moment. But I did get this just yesterday, so I haven't had it very long, haven't had a chance to shoot it. I just want to do a comparison of these two guns. The reason being is both of these are made by Arms Corps. So Rock Island and Citadel are both Arms Corps brands. They come out of the same factory, and so are very similar in price, or excuse me, very similar in build, but very different in price. I paid about $400 for my Rock Island, a little over, about I think I paid like $407 including tax. The Citadel I paid $700 even, plus a FFL transfer when I went to go pick it up. This one I bought from a local shop. This one I did buy on Gun Broker. That's how you can buy guns right now. I've been to the shops and they'll have like 2 or 3 guns. Like they just don't have much inventory right now. So I wanted to look at, kind of compare the two to see if this gun is worth almost $300 more than this one. So a couple things right off the bat. They both came with hard cases. The Rock Island only came with 1 magazine, and it was a bad magazine, and I ended up having to get it replaced. I don't know about the magazine quality for the Citadel yet. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same manufacturer for those. But this one only came with 1 magazine. The Citadel came with 2 magazines. They both came with a hard case. They both came with just basic like lock and a few other things that you get, like instruction manual, things like that. So as far as like accessories, both fairly light on accessories. The Citadel did come with 1 additional mag. So let's go ahead and actually take the guns apart. So the first thing we'll do, check. I just pull these out of storage. I never store my guns loaded. So first things first, here are the magazines. They sit very similarly, except for the 9mm does stick up just a hair, and I did go ahead and try to put these magazines in the other gun. The 45 goes into the 9mm just fine and doesn't interfere. It even holds the slide open. So that works just fine in that. The 9mm does not work in the 45 because it catches on the slide. So I've already tried it. I'm not going to do it again because it took a bit to get it apart. So yeah. So as far as the mag wells, they're going to be the same. The 45 works just fine in here, and if it didn't catch up on the slide, the 9mm would work just fine in here. Go a little bit deeper. Sorry, I'm doing this around a camera, so if it looks a little funny, it's because I can't really see. And of course, they're both 1911, so they disassemble essentially exactly the same. Oh, I forgot. Like, it's not coming apart like I expect it to. There we go. Helps if I take it apart all the way. All right, and there's the slide for the 45. Underneath there, fairly simple. It's a Series 70 style. Also, the sights on it are dovetailed, and they do both have the exact same sights. Here's the frame of the gun. All right, let's go ahead and take apart the Citadel. And this is definitely a lot stiffer because this is only my second time taking it apart. And again, sorry, I'm doing this around a camera and a tripod. So. And this is a lot stiffer than it is on my 45, just because it's new. There's a guide rod. Come on, you went through here before. There we go. All right. So first things first, you'll notice that the slides do look a little bit different. So it's a little bit narrower here on the 9mm than it is on the 45. But just about everything else looks identical. The lugs are identical. The stops are identical. The cutout for the safety is identical. So very similar, except for right here. I don't know what this part is called. I apologize, but it's what pulls the hammer back and then, you know, grabs the next round there at the front. And then the extractors, again, they're 1911, so you don't expect a ton of difference there. Let's look at the frames. Compared to each other, the extractors are a little bit different here and here. The internals are also very different, so they're not interchangeable. You wouldn't put the 1911, or excuse me, the 45 slide onto the 9mm frame, and vice versa. It wouldn't work. It's right here that it's different. Other than that, very similar. Obviously, again, being that they're 1911s and from the same company, you kind of expect them to be very similar. They're the same platform, the only difference being the change of caliber. Now, the other difference that you get, I'll go ahead and put these back together, is the finish. So the Rock Island is a parkerized finish. And basically it is a coating that they put on through electrolysis. They put into a bath and run electricity through it, and it coats the gun metal parts, and it's a fairly durable finish, but it's not very pretty. And I'm fine with it because this, again, was a gun I just bought to have for shooting and carrying and all that jazz, and I wasn't too concerned about it being pretty per se, especially as a first 1911. And I'm perfectly happy. It's actually held up a lot better than I was expecting it to initially. Come on. There. Sorry, I'm doing this around my camera, and I'll say that a few more times as an excuse to as to why I suck. I totally missed this and putting that in. Anyways, the parkerized finish is adequate. It's hard wearing. I think it's a more durable finish than, say, like a blued finish. but it's not like the best of finishes. And my Rock Island definitely has a couple of flaws in the finish here. There we go. It has a couple right here along this grip part. There's a little flaw right there. There's also a flaw along here that I can't see right now. So it's anything from perfect, but it's not bad. Again, $400 and no complaints from me. Oh. There we go. So that's the Rock Island back together. So the Citadel, on the other hand, instead of having a parkerized finish, has a Cerakote finish. And a Cerakote's like a ceramic paint, and most of them actually get baked onto the gun, kind of like, or onto the metal. You can use it for things other than guns, but it's kind of like a like a powder coat, where it gets applied and then baked on, and so it's a much harder wearing finish and longer lasting finish than, say, like just your normal paint finish. And so it's really good for high wear applications. It'll last a lot longer than a paint or even the parkerization. I would expect my gun, my Rock Island, to be a lot more worn if I was carrying it every day. I did for a little while, but I have a 9mm I carry now. That's a lot smaller and lighter. Okay, where's the... Sorry, I'm just looking for the... I don't know what that little swinging thing is called. This gun is very stiff just because it's new. I think... Oh. There we go. All right, so the pattern that's on this gun is laser etched and then painted with the Cerakote. So it's not real Damascus, obviously. Being a $700 gun, I would not expect it to be real Damascus. They do sell real Damascus steel guns, but you're looking at a $3,000 to $5,000 gun and not a $700 gun. So that is that. Again, I haven't had a chance to shoot the Citadel yet, but they weigh the same basically, as far as I can tell. I don't think there's any significant weight difference between the two. Triggers are the same, hammers are the same, sights are the same. This came with much nicer grips than this did. This came with some black rubber ones and some really cheap wood grips. This one came with these really nice rosewood grips and another set of wood grips. I'm leaving these on because this is what it comes with, and I think it looks best with them. It also has this really nice two-tone. The Citadel, some people complain about having big lettering here on their slide. I don't feel like the Citadel is too glaring, especially in person. On camera, I think it's a little bit more noticeable than it is in person on the gun, especially because, you know, I have all these bright lights on it and stuff. But I do like the very understated Rock Island. I feel like if I wanted to, I could get this engraved or something, make it look a lot fancier without having to damage the label, or we'll have to work around the label. Whereas this one, the label is there. Of course, I wouldn't on this one because it has the laser etching on there already. But if it didn't, if I got one of the other styles that were more plain, not that they really have a lot of plain ones, but yeah, it's just something to keep in mind if you ever plan on doing that sort of modification to your gun. But overall, it definitely has better finish than my 45 as far as fit. I mean, the 45, there's just a little bit of wiggle there, and I have a couple thousand rounds through this gun. Just the teeniest bit of wiggle. This one, almost no wiggle at all. Like, almost no wiggle at all. Like, it I'm really having to force it to have it wiggle a little bit more in the front. But so fit and finish on the Citadel definitely is slightly better. You know, it's not earth-shattering compared to the Rock Island, but that's also because the Rock Island has pretty good build quality. You know, you can't complain about this gun. It's build quality because it's decent. It's really decent build quality. And so going up from that, you would really have to have some perfect machining to really have a much more noticeable improvement in fit on these guns. So yeah, that's just a good short comparison between the two. The biggest reason why I feel like the Citadel is worth that $300 more is simply because that's what I could get a 9mm 1911 for right now. We are still COVID ammo prices. 9mm right now is going for in excess of 65 cents a round. So just the cost of the ammo for these guns is out of control, and the cost of the guns has gone up. So even this 45 that I paid $400 for last year, it's a $600 gun right now. So this gun technically is only about $100 more than what I'd have to pay to purchase this gun today. So anyways, quick overview. If you have any questions specifically about the Citadel or even the Rock Island, let me know. I'm really excited to get this one out on the range and get some rounds through it. I do have a couple different kinds of ammo to go through it, some Federal, some Fiocchi. I'll have to see what else I have to try out in it. Unfortunately, all I have is hardball because that's all I can get right now as far as ammo. But if I can get some different ammo, I'll try some different types of ammo through it, some hollow points and snub nose, things like that. So anyways, thank you for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day.